Hi you guys, today we're on lesson 10.3, so go ahead and pause if you need to get your booklet out. We're in our blue book. Today we're going to do the quotient of powers property. To divide powers with the same base, you're going to subtract their exponents. Okay, so they give us an example here of 4 to the 5th power over 4 squared equals 4 to the 5th minus the 2nd power equals 4 to the 3rd. And they also show it in the algebraic manner. Example 1, dividing powers with the same base. So if we had 2 to the 6th power over 2 to the 4th power, again, if you ever get stuck and you forget what the rules are, extend it out and think about what it really means. So this means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. There's 6 2's over 4 twos. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then if we were actually working this out, we would simplify. So remember, 2 divided by 2, that's a 1 and that's a 1. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Those cancel each other out. So what we would have is you would have on the top 2 squared, and on the bottom you would have 1, which is also the same as just 2 squared. Right? For this one, we would have -7. And remember, the -7 is in parentheses, and that's really important. And then you had 9 and 3, so it would be 9 minus 3. And that would equal, the base is -7, and 9 minus 3 is 6, so it would be to the 6th power. Okay. For this one, you have h to the 7th and h to the 6th. So that's the same as h, 7 minus 6. And that is equal to h, 7 minus 6 is to the first. H to the first is the same as just h, and that would be my simplified answer. Okay, so if you turn a few pages over, you can see that all these on your own problems are over here. So once we've gone through the lesson, you can go and do the on your owns, and then I will show you the answers in just a little bit. Okay, example 2, simplifying an expression. Oh, I also forgot to mention, this is an important note. When dividing powers, you do not divide the bases. Okay, the base just stays the same. It's not 1 squared, it's just 2 squared on that. Forgot to mention that. Okay, simplifying an expression. Okay, now this one has more than one. We have multiplying and then we have dividing. It says the numerator is a product of powers, so you're going to add the exponents in the numerator. Now, it doesn't matter. In this case, they show that they're going to do the top numerators. They're going to add those first, and then they're going to deal with their division. You could also divide first, one of them, and then deal with what you have. It would all work the same. All right, so 4 plus 6 power is going to be 3 to the 6th on the top, and 3 to the 3rd on the bottom. So 6 minus 3, 6 minus 3 is 3 to the 3rd power. And that would be your answer. All right. Example 3, simplifying an expression. Okay, so for this one, we're going to, oops, I'm trying to get my book in there. We're going to simplify this. We have a couple different things. 8 to the 10th power over 8 to the 6th times 8 to the 7th power over 8, or 8 to the 4th. Write your answers as a power. That's important, so you've got to read that. It didn't ask you to finish it out. It asked you to write it as a power. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, in this case, let's do this first, and this, and then we'll multiply. So I'm going to get a 10 minus 6 times a 7 minus 4. Okay? And so 10 minus 6 is 4, so I get a to the 4th times 7 minus 4 is 3, so a to the 3rd power. And now I have to follow my multiplication or products of powers rule. And so I'm going to do a 4 plus 3, and that's going to be a to the 7th power will be my answer. Now, if you also look here, you can also simplify the expression in example 3 this way. Now, we started with dividing and then multiplying. You could also do your multiplying where we add our exponents on the numerator and then add them on the denominator and then subtract it. So 17 minus 10, and it's going to give us the same answer. So either way, we're going to get the same thing. Okay, again, you have 3 more problems to try on your own. So again, those are on the next page and they're written there for you so it's easier and gives you more room to work. Real life example. So the projected population of Tennessee, and this is really kind of supposed to be a map of Tennessee, but you can't hardly see it. In 2030 is about 5 times 5 and 9/10 to the 8th power. Predict the average of the number of people per square mile in 2030. Use a model to solve the problem. Well, people per square mile equal the population in 2030 divided by the land area. And the land area is about 5 and 9/10 to the 6th power. This is a 6th. So the 6th power. So we're going to start off with our population, 5 times, I'll put this in parentheses, 5 and 9/10 to the 8th power over 5 and 9/10 to the 6th power. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to kind of do is I see that these both have the same base. So I'm going to kind of rewrite this a little bit and say this is the same as 5 times 5 to the 9th, 5 and 9/10 to the 8th power, sorry, I said that wrong earlier, over 5 and 9/10 to the 6th power. So when we do that, we get 5 times, oops, I didn't put that in a good spot. 5, I'm going to put like this, 5 times 5 and 9/10 to 8 minus 6th power. Okay, and that's the same as 5 times 8 minus 6 is 2, so 5 and 9/10 to the 2nd power. And then if I do that, and 5 and 9/10 squared times 5 gives me 174 and 5/100. So there will be about 174 people per square mile in Tennessee in 2030. Okay, and then there's one more on your own that I would like you to try. So if you would turn the page, and if you would do these on your own problems now, go ahead and pause, work on those, and then the answers will be on the screen in just a minute. When you read, pause it. Okay, go ahead and check your on your own. Make sure that number 3, the -8 is in parentheses. If it's not, it would be wrong. Number 4, 5, and 6. And 7. And then there's your answer for 8. What I'd like you to do is I would kind of like you to work on some more difficult ones. So I would like you to try the performance task for 10.3. Work on this one and this one. And then you're going to work on your big ideas 10.3.